Sorry, there are still no clear signs of whether China will bend and allow India's entry into the nuclear suppliers group. This after a meeting between Prime Minister Modi and the Chinese President Xi, at the end of which the Prime Minister asked China to make a fair, objective assessment and encouraged Beijing to join the emerging consensus on India's membership to the body that decides on international nuclear commerce.
Prime Minister Modi urged China to make a fair and objective assessment of India's application and judge it on its own merits. He said that China should contribute to the emerging consensus in Seoul.
Well, there was an important meeting between the Prime Minister and the Chinese President in Tashkent, Uzbekistan today. Meanwhile, all of these hectic negotiations for NSG are taking place in Seoul. Joining us now from Tashkent, Ketaki Angri, my colleague Nidhi Razdan, tracking developments over here. Ketaki, to you first. There was that important meeting between the Prime Minister and the Chinese President. Was there a sense that, that China was willing to bend even a little bit on this issue?
Well, in fact, the press conference with the briefing was really short. It was less than 5 minutes, and all the spokesperson said was that we've urged China to make a fair and objective assessment of India's membership to the NSG, and also saying that China must also realize that there is a larger consensus building around India, and the clear message there seemed to be that de-link India from Pakistan, although he didn't use those words, but certainly the indication was let's not club India and Pakistan again together on this one. So really the focus seemed to be a lot less in terms of talking about what's happening, but a lot more hope that we can push diplomatically in Seoul. Vishnu?
Nidhi, we are waiting for a clear signal from China. Nothing has happened so far. There have been marathon talks in Seoul. But what about other nations? We're told that apparently Brazil, which has been a strong partner of India in the past, is also opposed to India's membership into the nuclear suppliers group.
Well, Vishnu, the reports coming out of Seoul are really, very interesting and actually a setback for India if it is true that indeed a strong ally and a close ally like Brazil has come out and expressed reservations. And reports are saying that it's not just Brazil, Austria, Ireland, New Zealand also have come out apparently and expressed their concerns at the inclusion of non-NPT states like India. Sources in the government telling us here at NDTV that it seems to have ended up as a broadly inconclusive discussion today, that there are no clear-cut conclusions at this stage, and that of course the discussions will continue tomorrow. We do know that China continues to be the main hurdle, and some Indian officials insist that the main opposition still continues to come from China and not these other countries. But certainly, Vishnu, the deadlock at the NSG continues.